Hello guys, it's John here doing another Bottleman unboxing. This time we have Welch Great G. So this is another Bottleman multi-type, potentially the final Bottleman release. Not just of God, just in general, so I'll have to see if that actually ends up being the case or not, but yeah. Here's the back of the box. Of course, this is kind of another spritening situation where, yes, it is mostly a recolor. Well, it is entirely a recolor, just kind of mixed up parts, but it is also partially produced in Vietnam for the DX parts of it, and partially produced in China for the Godcat parts of it. So it's not great, because we're not getting any real interesting mold shifts. It would have been great to get maybe the core in the Vietnamese factory, but that just doesn't seem to be the case. So anyway, opening up the box here, we can see all of the parts and whatnot that we get. Starting off here, you can see the magazine and whatnot. Here are the caps, hold parts, trigger. We have the instructions and the stickers. Not a lot of stickers at all, actually, only 9. No, never mind. There's 10 and 11 right there. Okay, 11 stickers. That's not too bad. So I'll take that. Then some of the Aerosider armor parts. So pretty nice. And it seems like the last thing in this box, yeah, we have the core. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing built, sticker it up, tested, and just get my thoughts in order on it, and I will be right back with the proper review portion of the video. Alright, everything is dealt with. Let's go ahead and just get into Welch Great G. So here it is. Looks like this, kind of just in its base mode. Let me try and adjust that a little bit, but yeah. So it looks pretty interesting, obviously using the Aerosider armor, Samet's G core, and then the quick loader magazine from CC Land DX. Yeah, it's a thing that exists. So just to quickly go over kind of what this thing does. Actually, before we just get this out of the way, they have made Ava Unit 1. I'm not a big Ava fan personally. I like the movie End of Ava. That's really good. But aside from that, not the biggest Ava fan. But let's be honest. This is just like how can they had to have known what they were doing here? I'm fairly certain. There's no way they didn't. So interesting reference, I guess. Sure. So anyway. What does this thing do? So you have a few different things here. So first up, as far as caps go, you do have 4 caps, which is pretty nice, and they are speed caps. So here's what one of the caps looks like. They're all the same, but still magenta speed caps. Nice color on them. I like the color a lot, so that's cool. And here's also the head cap as well, in case you're curious. But yeah, anyway, so there you go. Those are the caps. You get 4 of them. Pretty nice. Aside from that, there's also rollers on the core, kind of the main part of the Samet's core, and also on the back here, being the Samet's core, you have a magazine port, which is obvious since there's a magazine. But you also have this sort of one-handed grip right here, which I will get into a little bit later, and kind of some issues I have with it. Not with this grip in particular, just how it works on this Bottleman. From the Aerosider side of things, the feet have extra little pegs here. The arms got pegs on the shoulders and the hands. Obviously that's Aerosider's whole gimmick, is that you have these parts and this extra piece under here that you can kind of move around and stuff. Also the head, this horn is a pretty solid sight to use, so if you want to line up your shot, there you go. And also, yeah, the CC Land DX quick loader magazine. Basically, can only be used as a magazine ender, so you can't stack more on the back of it, but you do get a 2 cap capacity out of this, just normally, and then also you take these off, you know, and put them in here, and then you have 4 extra caps in each one if they're filled anyway. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting Bottleman. A lot of stuff going on here. I'm just going to say, I personally believe that they were not planning on making it like this. I think this, and also, let me just grab it, Spritening G. I think both of these were meant to be unique Bottlemen, and then they just had to cancel them, and they just kind of gave us what could have been, or not what could have been, but just kind of like parts to show what they were trying to do and just couldn't do. So anyway, yeah, this thing, it's pretty interesting. Also, this quick loader magazine is very awkward because with CC Land, there's kind of like the leg parts that keep it up. So with this thing, you can kind of just move them around pretty free. Like you can just keep moving them downward, then this thing just like stands up, like, and it's angled downward, which is kind of weird. I guess you could do that if you want to for whatever reason. You could also just kind of keep going and moving them around and go all the way back to where the back parts hit the front, and yeah, you could just move these things around basically, kind of however you really feel like, which is very interesting. But yeah. Anyway, now as far as the performance of this thing goes, I don't really like it. I think that just like this thing was like what 2,200 yen. Just buy Aerosider and CC Land separately if you want the parts that bad. The core, it's a Godcap core. The Samet's core could have been really good, but it's a Godcap core. They just were not made well. Same with the caps. Like you get 4 caps, that's great and all, but like the cap molds aren't good enough. So like really the best parts about this thing are like the arrow set or armor set, which is a pretty good armor set, and also the quick loader magazine, which is solid enough to have. But just buy the other two. Just buy the original two. It's just, in my opinion, better. So not a big fan of this thing. However, I also just don't think these parts work well together. First up, the quick loader magazine. Like you can move this around if you want, like this or something. And you get, or maybe like this is better, but yeah, you get better access to the magazine, or the grip like this. But like holding it kind of, like having this, like this, kind of how they show it, like I can hold it like this. It's kind of awkward, but I can. But like I don't like it. I feel like I might just push this part off or something. So you can move these around, so it's not that big of a deal, but it just feels like a weird thing to have happen. Like, yeah, okay, I have these. I have this grip, but I have to, move these around to use it. I don't know. I guess if you take this off and like start shooting, and you have this here, and then you have like this or something, you could do stuff. But I don't know. I just find it a little bit awkward personally. Also, this magazine also just does not work well with the Aerosider armor at all. I'm sorry to say. I don't think it does. I think the barrel mode works fine, but I'm not gonna lie, the barrel mode I just don't find very useful. I don't think it really has enough impact as a barrel. I think at best you can say it lines up your shot better because you use like the horn, these parts, it helps line up your shot. But I generally always preferred the grip or the stabilized mode. I like the grip, the barrel mode on red Aerosider. That's because it kind of helps to increase tension on the hold parts a little bit at least, and because it has a power type core, that makes sense. This is a speed core. You're not getting that you're not getting that effect. So because of that, I think that the barrel mode isn't as good, but it's the only real usable mode. So I'm gonna take these apart. I'm not gonna keep changing modes on camera. I'll cut the video for that, but just to give you like an idea of what this thing looks like without them. Here's just kind of the base version of Welch Great G without any of the Aerosider attachment parts. So yeah, it just kind of exists, and I feel like it's not a whole lot different than the barrel mode personally. I guess it's like a little bit less accurate, but whatever. There it is. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna get these attached to other parts so I could show you and tell you kind of some problems with that. Alright, so here's grip mode. Grip mode does absolutely nothing for this thing. Oh yeah, it looks cool. It just looks like a purple Aerosider, because I'm used to Aerosider looking like this, but anyway. It's fine and all, but the problem is like these are in the way, and even if you like move them around, you can actually move them around as much anymore, by the way, but like you're not doing this. I don't imagine that's kind of a stupid idea. But even if both of these come off, like you could do this, right? But like you have the one-handed grip, so why would I ever want a second grip in this for this Bottleman? I don't need it. Like, what do I want to like do this? Like, no, I either want to do this or this. Like, if you really want to use this grip in particular, and you're going to use a Godcap core to use this grip, why would you ever want a second grip? I don't think there's a reason for it, so I don't think that this mode works very well for this thing at all. But let's see how stabilize mode works. Surely with a big magazine, that would probably be a pretty big help, right? Alright, so now we have stabilizer mode, and well, we can see the back there, looks like that. And, well, it's a little bit more crowded back here, and yeah, it's a little bit harder to deal with, so we'll move these up. Yeah, we can move these parts around if we want. Okay, that's great. So now we have access to our grip. Except we don't. You see this gap here? It's like non-existent. So, well, I genuinely cannot grab this bottom part. I can kind of go around it a little bit, but it like I have to like take a second to get my hand out, and it's just like, this is uncomfortable. The stabilizer mode, in my opinion, just does not really work well at all. The grip mode is, I'd also argue, bad because again you kind of cut off this like this stuff you could do here, like moving these forward, like further forward, and the stabilizer messes with the grip. So if you have like 3 of these things for like the tri-arrow mode, it's not worth it. I think that just using the barrel mode is the best. And again, the barrel mode isn't that great. You can probably see why I don't think that this thing works very well overall. I just think the parts conflict with each other way too much, and that's kind of unfortunate. That said, if you do buy this thing and maybe have some other releases and you collected a lot of the mainline stuff, there are some cool things you could do, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the video and show you some other things that you could do based on getting this, because there are a couple interesting parts to that. Okay, so these next 2 things, basically these apply if you have bought every mainline release that there is, which I think some people do, but maybe you also don't like to buy multiples of each Bottleman, so there's a couple things you can do here. First up, CC Land DX. There we go. We have, I don't have the lottery one, but I don't count that as a mainline thing anyway, but yeah. If you got CC Land DX, could even move this down a little bit, there we go. If you have CC Land DX, CC Excellion DX, and Welch Great G, you can have 6 of these quick loader magazines. Well, I guess, I mean, it's just the one, but yeah, you have 6 of these, like, little containers here. If you didn't get CC Excellion DX, because it's, like, really rare to get, you still get a second one, so you can still have 4 of them. So it's pretty solid, but yeah, it just looks really dumb. Also, the back view is just funny. So, yeah, good luck holding this, by the way, but, like, it is a thing you can do at the very least. It is very stupid, but I had to show it because it is very stupid and funny. Anyway, moving on. Put that somewhere. But also, if you got Arrow Setter DX, you can finally make tri-arrow mode. Yeah, it looks very ugly, I'm sorry for that, but yeah, you can make tri-arrow mode, which is pretty nice, I would say. And yeah, it actually works better for Arrow Sighter opposed to Welch Great. But yeah, you can, of course, use the grip, you got the barrel and the stabilizers. It's just nice to use. So yeah, if you've just been collecting every mainline release, you haven't gotten multiples, you know, you just had the main Arrow Sighter, then you got the red one eventually from the random collection. You had 2 of the 3 parts, you know, there, but now with Welch Great, you can finally complete this thing, and while yes, it does look very ugly, if you're just using it, it doesn't matter all that much. You could use tri-arrow mode, and that's all that really matters, so yeah, there it is. Probably the best feature of this thing is literally, like, of Welch Great, is just getting the 3rd one of this, and I could use this as a please now. So yeah, pretty cool extra aspects of this thing, I guess, that kind of helps, but I don't think this is really selling anyone on this, but there are things you can do. They exist, I guess. Also, because this is an unboxing on Welch Great G, I couldn't not take the opportunity to do this. Yeah, you got tri-arrow mode, which you can barely even tell it's tri-arrow mode, but it is. See the white under there, the red, the purple, and all 6 of these that I have on there. Is this a good idea? No, but did I have to do it? 100%. So, yeah, if you want to fire this thing, I mean, like, yeah, you can, but, it's not gonna be the easiest thing to deal with here, but yeah, this is a thing. If you get all the releases, at least like the more important ones, this is a thing that you could do with no extra like multiples or whatever. So that's fun. All right, let's get back to like the actual part of this video. All right, let's. There we go. Here's Welch Great G, just normal again. So like I said, this thing overall, I think you do get a lot of good parts here. I just don't necessarily think you need to get this thing. I think it's fine, and I'm not going to say you can't get it, because then you do get some good stuff in here. It's just, do you really need it? Also, if you do collect Bottleman, I feel like you probably already have CC Land DX or Aerosetter DX, and if you don't have them, probably would just recommend getting those over this thing. And again, if you are looking for something just to use like in stock, this thing is not a great stock Bottleman in my opinion at all. So yeah. Now that said, if you are kind of a shelf collector, I think this is a good Bottleman to get just for the sake of like, I guess this and Sprightening are kind of weird because like I don't know if I'd want to count them as like mainline or not, but at the same time, it's just two of them. I'd want to get them anyway. Also aesthetically, yeah, this thing it looks great. Like obviously, yes, this thing it looks very cool. The purple, the lime green, like a darker purple as well, the lime green, the magenta, it just works. Also some gold highlights. Yeah, this thing, it looks very nice. I definitely like how this thing looks. It's just performance-wise, I don't think it's that great. So is this thing worth getting? Not really. But again, if you're a collector, probably. But even then, you're not really getting anything new, so if you don't care about it, I wouldn't really say it's a bad thing to pass that up either. It just kind of exists, and that's all I could really say about it. So that said, yeah, this thing, it's fine. It's whatever. It's here. I do wish Tucker told me it wasn't stupid, and they actually made some new Bottleman and didn't just keep giving us recolors, whether they be remakes or just these types of recolors, but still, it is what it is. Yeah, that was most of Godcap, was just recolors. And also, yeah, Godcap's quality control was awful, unfortunately, so we kind of were just stuck with cores that you really can't use, so... And caps that also kind of suck, so yeah, I feel like, again, DX stuff was just better overall with those things. So with that said, I think that's going to be about it for Godcap. This looks like it's the final Bottleman release, so... if it's not, well, I guess the next part I'm going to say is kind of redundant, but, whatever. I guess I'll keep going if there is more. But yeah, for now, that's it for Bottleman. I don't know if I'll do any more unboxings or not. I might go back for some recolors, but I just don't know when that'll be. That could be years from now. Or like next week. Who knows? I don't know. I can't tell you when I would go for those or if I even would. But anything after this video for unboxings, it's a bonus. This could be the final Bottleman unboxing, assuming this is the final release. So with that said, it's been very fun. I know Godcap has been very annoying, but it's still, overall, I've had fun with Bottleman. I mean, I'll still be doing Bottleman videos, it's just unboxings are done, and I guess new releases and stuff are done, so... It's been fun. I actually didn't know a single thing about Beat'em. I couldn't tell you the name of a single Beat'em until I got into Bottleman, and, well, I did start Bottleman in, I believe it was March 2021. I didn't really get into it until December of that year, so it's really only been like a little over 2 years now, and, it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun to, do something new, check something out, and also, I don't know if anyone from the community is watching, from the Bottleman community, but I'll just say, it was by far the best community I've gotten into from, like, hobbies and stuff. Just very chill, cool people there, so it was cool to talk about new releases with everyone, and probably the first time I've actually gotten into a community, and I've been like, wow, this is actually fun. I'm not seeing like toxicity and stuff. That's great. Yeah, I can't say the same for Beyblade. So anyway, yeah, it's been fun community-wise. Also just like getting new releases, but yeah, if this is it, well, I wish we did end on a bit of a better Bottleman than just a recolor, but at least it looks cool. That's nice. Sure. Anyway. Yeah, been fun. I will still do Bottleman stuff. I have a lot of videos actually for the next few months, so yeah, Bottleman content is not going anywhere, just the unboxings, and potentially just, Bottleman as a whole, like, in terms of new releases, might just be done, so yeah, anyway. That's all for this video, though, so, we'll put out some more Bottleman stuff soon, so I will see you then, hopefully. So anyways, thanks for watching, and bye-bye.